what do we got here but a couple of chumps looking to lose 3 games in a row?
It's a lot of talk. A lot of talk.
We'll see. We'll see. We've played you in a couple of friendlies already this year, right? Like, we've all played you, and you've won how many?
0.
Right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Game 1, tight match. We win 21-15.
How do you think thoughts from the bench will respond with their lineup into the second game?
Hey, you guys are the returning champs. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. We're just taking one game at a time.
Ryan, you really found your game there in the second. We're starting to throw 4 bags in at a time, but Ethan was matching you just about every single time.
I'll tell you what, Ethan is ready to play as I expect him to be. This is the matchup.
Huge matchup.
I mean, this is what it is. This is what Cornhole's all about.
Potential championship matchup. That's really what we're working with.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking forecast into the future. Unfortunately, Andy won't be here next week, so that
changes the circumstances.
It does, and I really wish he was here. I want him here, but hey.
You got to play with what you got to play with. Right. Game 3, how you feeling going into it?
It's going to be a battle. Like, I mean, I know that it's going to be a battle, but I'm confident in my team, and I believe in myself. And, hey, we're still the defending champs at the end of the day.
Game 3. Ethan, big first bag in. Or Andy, Jesus. Tom's on.
Edit that one.
Ooh, big bag from Cap there. Andy comes right back. Tom comes right back. Just get in. Just get in. Big bag. Big bag. Andy misses the board. Tom answers with a 3. That's a lot to work with. The bags are so wet at this point that it's difficult for anybody to push or drag a bag with them. I mean, it's really made the game single dimension. It's either you stick or you go in. Here we go. Tom and Andy. Tom has serve. Decent first bag. Andy comes up with a big hole here. Tom, cornhole in the response. Andy's going to stick, but it's a good block. Tom's going to stick on top of it. I like this. Ooh, wow, they're really just building a hole here. Just get on. Just get on. Tom's last bag. Good block. Andy with a huge throw to find the hole. They'll take 2. 10s all around. 10s all around. Big first bag from Cap. He's going to hang right on the edge. Andy's going in. Both bags are in. Tom with another big bag. Andy with a nice block. Let's see if Tom can find an airmail. He's thinking about it. Here it comes. Ooh, misses the board. That's a crucial mistake as Andy goes in. Andy's going to make him pay for it. That's a lot of points. 17-13, 17-13. Andy finally takes some points off of Tom. We'll see what happens now. Ryan approaches the board. Good first bag.
Backboard for days, Ryan.
A little bit of a bop there from Ryan. Let's see what happens. Good throw there from Ryan as he finds hole. Right around the edge. He just can't seem to force it in. Let's see if he's got an airmail. Oh, they look good. Let's see what happens. Ryan stays safe. That's game. How'd the games go? I know we're right off the edge of a loss here, but how are you feeling?
You know, it is what it is. They had to throw their 2 best players against us all 3 games.
The cameraman's offended by that comment, but go ahead.
They had to bench it. They went into playoff form a week early. I think it's going to hurt them in the long run. We'll see what happens.
I think it's interesting the guy that talked the most leading up to this didn't make an appearance on the
He was
board.
too afraid. He was too afraid.
I mean, we knew going into this that if we won at least one, we would stop thoughts on the bench from jumping over us in the standings. So, you know, silver lining to the loss.
Ethan played lights out. Ryan fucking killed it. And Tom played average at best.
I like the mental warfare because Andy will not be in the playoffs. Ethan, you will be with your brother Jay.
That's right.
How do you feel going into playoffs
I'm
now?
confident, you know. Jay's a proven, I wouldn't say winner because he's gotten to the championship, but he hasn't sealed the deal yet. But maybe this is the year.
Brother luck could
Brother
be in
luck.
your favor.
We'll see.
I like it.
We'll see.
All right. That was gutsy, to say the least. You lose game 1, but win 2 and 3, and almost blew game 2. You fought off a hell of a comeback from Andy and Ethan. Like, this was playoff atmosphere the last week of the season. What do you got to say about the games?
I mean, first of all, to repeat what you said, that was playoffs right there. And nothing better to get the playoffs a week before the playoffs. I mean, getting that mindset, getting that mode. I mean, James, he doesn't do many things right, but he sure as hell made this schedule right this year because that was the way to end the game. Way to end the year.
Right? Nothing beats getting battle tested, ready for playoffs. It's a shame they're not going to be 100% in the playoffs. But to get to play them and get over the hump of losing the first game and still coming back to win it, that's definitely something we're going to need in playoffs. And playing in adverse conditions, because it was airmail or bust tonight. And just kind of have to fight through it. Do what you can.
Where's the highest we can place? Where's the lowest we can place? How does that benefit us in and out of the playoffs?
Cap. Highest right now looks to be, well, probably a 4 spot. Maybe a 3, possibly a 4 spot. And with it being a 16 team bracket, probably eliminates us from any buys, but I think we've proven enough that we're not doing any good with the bye heading into the second round of the playoffs. So hit the ground running, and hopefully our high seed will be good enough to get us 7 o'clock, 7:30 start, so we're not having that hour layover, and we'll see if we can't bring the bench back a second winter championship 2 years in a row.
All right, boys. Any final thoughts from the bench?
I mean, based off of this game today, the mentality is you can't have any errors. No bags off the board. You got to bring it every time. I mean, we're not going to play guys like this every single time, but that's the mentality you got to have in the playoffs because everybody brings it. And guess what? We got a championship to defend, baby.
All right.